Welcome back. You're still watching the Afia Morning Show live from Enugu, Nigeria. I'm Nathalie Ukwu, and it's been a packed show so far, but of course, we're not going to close the curtains yet. Now, in a sweeping move, according to a recent statement in Abuja by the APC Caretaker Committee Chairman, Dr. Nwoye in Enugu State, the state governor, 260 ward councillors, 24 members of the State House of Assembly, National Assembly members, and the PDP State Executive Committee will be defecting to the ruling All Progressives Congress tomorrow. So what are the broader implications of this move for the state that has seen years of PDP dominance and for the region with its unique perception of the party? Chairman, Caretaker Committee, APC Enugu State, Dr. Nwoye joins us this morning. So good to have you and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning and welcome.
Welcome. So how does it feel to be at the helm yet again, Dr. Nwoye?
It's only the work of God. I just feel like I'm a special product of God to be given this opportunity to lead. And I'm not going to be leading opposition. I'm going to be leading the ruling party. So I'm excited and we are ready to roll.
Okay, let's confirm one thing. Governor Peter Mbah'S, the governor of Enugu State, his PDP structures, his lawmakers, are they defecting to the APC tomorrow, Tuesday?
You know, when she just read those that I know that are defecting. The PDP structure was not one of those I mentioned, but what I know is that 260 ward councillors, 17 serving executive local government chairmen, and all the 24 serving House of Assembly, including the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, the Chief Whip, the leadership of the House. They are coming on board, including all the ESCO, all the governor's appointees, all the commissioners, all the head of parastatals. They are coming on board.
But these are made of PDP structures.
They are not structure. Let's explain this. The PDP structure is like the state chairman of PDP or the ward chairman, and the ESCO of what you call the structure is actually those who went for congresses, in the ward's local government congresses, but they are not part of what I'm talking about, and they are not part of the structure. I'm sorry, they are the structure, but what we are saying is the elected, those elected by all the people. Structures are elected by only PDP members, but the state, the councillors are elected by the people. So it's a grassroots movement. You have councillors who are elected in their various ward. They're going to join in. You have a local government chairman who are elected by their own local government. For example, I am from Amore Ward. We are not looking at the chairman PDP Amore Ward joining, but what we are going to be receiving the Amore Ward councillor to the ward. The same thing, I'm from Kano West. We're not looking at the chairman of PDP in Kano West joining, but we are looking at Johnny Nash, my good brother Johnny Nash. I'm excited that I'll be receiving him.
So it's sacrosanct. Dr. Peter Mbah'S moves to APC tomorrow.
I'm sure that you will join. Tomorrow he will have a ward press conference in the morning.
So we started with saying the NAS members as well. Are the members of NAS a part of this defection?
Absolutely.
All right.
You will see the movement of all those that are in PDP, currently in PDP from Enugu State. And they'll be led by the opposition leader of the NAS, that's the minority leader, ROG, Senator Ngwu, Osita Ngwu. He will lead other members of the National Assembly to join.
So you were said to have resigned from the APC in April 2017, and this resignation is subject to what appears to be a now faction of the APC in Enugu, the members of the dissolved EXCO, who say they are going to carry on with their duties. They say that they don't know when you came back and joined the APC. How do you respond to that?
You know, I resigned in protest of illegality that was perpetrated by the former ESCO led by Abdullahi Adamu, because we told him that the ESCO led by the former ESCO led by Ugabala, there are illegalities. They didn't imagine a proper Congress. He refused. Eventually, he was thrown under the bus. That's His Excellency Abdullahi Adamu, and then Ganduje was brought in. We now took petition again, same petition, that there's illegality existed in Enugu. We need to right the wrong. And then he maintained willful blindness and willful deafness. And having done so, after several petitions to him, he refused. And I said, I can't be part of illegality. As of August of last year, an order was issued by a judge of court of competent jurisdiction, okay, banning this man called Ugabala and about 10 others. So, but the man refused to obey the law. Okay, he continued to parade himself. The order is there. The order, you just say that he's continuing. He doesn't care about the law. He doesn't respect the rule of law. But we took those documents to the then national chairman, His Excellency, former governor of Kano State, Ganduje, and then he maintained, he didn't care about it. So I said, I'm not going to be part of this nonsense. We can't be a ruling party and then we are not respecting the law. That means they have allowed the law to just become a nonsense. And because they say, oh, Ugabala has appealed it. If Ugabala never believed in the validity of the lower court law order, why would he appeal it? Today, after his ESCO had been dissolved, what did he do? He goes about on social media, whipping up sentiment, talking rubbish, talking nonsense, saying that everything done by the National Working Committee, led by a distinguished erudite professor, following the law, because we pointed in the petition. The petition was actually initiated by a ward councillor whom Ugabala illegally removed. And he said, this man removing me from being a ward councillor is not a chairman. He has a court order. He's been banned, dismissed, and ordered never to parade himself or carry on, in fact, even banned from the secretariat. Guess what he did? He had now, as soon as he heard that this happened, because he's a young man that doesn't believe in the rule of law, he organized thugs and went to the secretariat and looted items, painted black on APC insignias, saying that APC no longer exists. What did he do? He's been sought after. The law is after him as we speak for the theft of property, and these are allegations. And these are allegations that I have signed a petition, and I'm going to pursue it to the finality of the law. I'm going to pursue it. But when I told him that he was acting illegally, that I was going to pursue him and make sure that the rule of law is upheld.
Right.
And it's not above the law.
Okay.
So we're going to pursue it.
Before we head into those controversies, because those are controversies, right? Now, are you now a member, are you a card-carrying member of the All Progressives Congress? And walk us through how you rejoined APC after you resigned in protest. Okay.
After I resigned in protest, a delegation was sent to me. By the way, you need to know my background, because some of the news items say, I come with something. They know my capacity. I was a chairman of APC Enugu State for 8 years. And in course of that, and by the way, I'm a businessman. I'll help to fund, I help to fund the party. So, and that was the reason I was even elected in the first place, when they had nothing. So I'm a businessman somewhere south, and I had to come back to put money, put my name, put my time. I've run for Senate twice in this Enugu East Senatorial District. So I have name, I have something to offer. Now, when I resigned, they felt the heat. A delegation was sent to me by the then acting national chairman.
When was this delegation sent?
I think just immediately after I resigned, and after I resigned, and Ganduje was thrown under the box, and then Alhaji Ali Dalori took over the leadership of APC as an acting chairman. So he sent a delegation. He said that they begged me, they asked me to come back. They said they're going to take a look at it. And then at the time, I know who Honorable Dalori is. He's a man of his own word. I believed him. I said, okay, let me consider. And I consulted with my political clerk. At that time, by the way, I've already formed a group known as the Progressives Group for Good Governance. And the Progressive Group was gaining momentum. Some people thought, oh, I was going to SDP to join the likes of, at that time, El Rufai. And they were coming to me. I said, no, I have a progressive group for good governance. I teach good governance. I teach governance in institute, graduate student. And I said, I don't have to belong to any political party. My life is beyond political party. But I can support good governance. Why? Because we see good governance in Enugu State. We see what they are doing. We see the changes, the revolution going on, the infrastructural revolution that is going on. We see all these things happening in Enugu State. So my job, I wouldn't go back and sit. I mobilized people from the grassroots. They saw it coming. They were afraid that I might even change and go over to the articles of peace in the ADC. They kept coming to me and said, what are you trying to do? Some say, I want to run for governor. I said, far from it. as long as this governor is intact and things are the way they are, we'll support him.
So at what points did they beg you to join back, and did you succumb to their begging?
Oh, yeah. So after they swore in the new chairman, they now send additional delegation to my residence in Abuja. And then they came and talked to me more, and some other big names leaders, His Excellency Senator Ken Nnamani. I respect him a lot. He's our leader in APC in Enugu State. He called me and he said, by the way, he's also now the chairman of NIMS in Jos, the board. So, and he said, you need to reconsider your position. They say they are going to look into the allegations. I told him the condition is we must obey the rule of law. We've given you the court order, a certified court order. And then you have this man parading himself, running around, and then you have a strong man from outside Enugu who's backing him financially. The strong man that controls the politics of APC in the southeast. He's not from Enugu State. He's controlling who gets what in Enugu State. And then I said, no, I take exception to that. Enugu State is a free state. We are not an appendage of any other state. And then, yes, at that time, and of course, up to now, we don't have a governor. But we can't have somebody from another state appointing a minister for us. I pointed it out. You heard me when I said, the minister we have, if you have someone from outside, appoint a leader for you. They will give you the worst of a leader.
Right.
Because they'll control it.
So at what points did you rejoin the party?
So immediately after my conversation with His Excellency, I went back to my ward.
When was that?
I don't have the exact...
What year was that?
This year.
That was 2025. Go ahead. More details, provide more clarity.
Sure. So I went, the process of rejoining is very simple. The same way you moved, because I wanted to move, I don't write to Gabala. The law requires you register at your ward. I told you I'm from Amuri ward. He wouldn't know that because he never understood the Constitution. He doesn't like to read. He never checked it. So the same man I wrote when I resigned in clarity. It wasn't a rumor. I wrote him as I resigned. The same way anyone who understands the party politics does. So now I went back to him, to my ward chairman, Tugujegu Oboka. I went to him and I said, okay, I'm coming back.
That was this year, that was 2025, right?
No, this year. It wasn't long ago.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of months. I don't have exact date, but it was just after, I was either in August or July.
So who is your ward chairman? Chukwujeku. So you went to him.
Yes.
And what happened when you went to him?
They registered me.
All right.
So Ugabala would not know that. I was registered back as a member. And by the way, under the principle of our party, spirit of our party constitution, we said it is equal joiner, equal founder. No matter when you join. That is why you have people join today and they're given a ticket to run for the party.
A house divided by itself does not stand, right?
True.
So now we are the hem of affairs, right? But my question is, how would you bring a disgruntled Ugwabala and faction into the new order, the new era of APC in Enugu State to, join suit and, follow up with your ideology, the progressive?
I am charged, myself and the other members of the State Caretaker Committee, by the way, headed by myself, but when you look at the composition of that committee, it's a very strong committee. We have two women. One of them is a medical doctor. The other one is Ambassador Fidelia Eze. She was a former ambassador. She was in Jersey. She was a former ambassador and a two-time minister of Defense, States, and a minister of Aviation. Okay. Then you have a former speaker who is the secretary, two-time speaker who is the secretary, and then you have other very high-level, distinguished career who are part of this committee. And the number one thing the child does is go and unite the party. The party is deeply divided. So we are open. We are very open. That's why if you look at one of the first things I did, or the committee did, and I announced it, was nullifying all these people suspended. Imagine Ugabala suspended the former governor of Enugu State, Sullivan Chime, expelled the former minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Unyama, expelled the former DG Vaughan, Mr. Osito Kechukwu, suspended the former the former Senate President, Senator Ken Namani, expelled the former Speaker, who is not, by the way, my Secretary of the expelled him, expelled myself. Okay? So,
on what terms was this suspension?
He doesn't look at the law. You have to call him, sit him here, put him on a seat, and interview him. I wish he had been here because I'm arguing with empty seats.
Yeah.
I'm a lawyer, and we don't argue with empty seats. If this seat had been occupied, I would say he should bring the Constitution and show where and how he expelled these people. If you expel all these big names in Enugu APC, supported by the big man from the southeast, who also encouraged him to expel others in Abia State, for example, Ojus Okano.
Who's the big man?
We all know the big man, the man that claims that he owns the APC Southeast.
Who is he, sorry?
You check. You're a journalist. Do your research.
All right, so before we head into all of that, like I said, I don't know how we keep dabbling into the controversies, but somehow I would like us to get to those later. Now, tomorrow, the state governor is defecting to the All Progressives Congress.
Yes.
And we've already shed light on whom will be joining that defection. Could you walk us through what to expect during that defection exercise?
Yes. Tomorrow morning, at some point, 10 a.m., I believe, there's going to be a live broadcast. And our governor, in the presence of the National Working Committee, APC National Committee, will declare with all those he's coming with, or the leadership of those he's coming on board with. They will all officially defect. And by the way, for now, which Ugabala, who is not here now, doesn't know, APC had gone, the registration had moved from physical to digital. The digital registration of members, which we drive, will be launched today. It will be launched today in Nwoye, Imo State. The National Working Committee, they are on their way. By 11 a.m. today, these are part of the package for this, our governor, our revived governor and his team joining in. Because it's coming in, they are launching what we call e-registration, electronic membership registration drive. The committee is headed by none other but our own indigenous leader, His Excellency Chief Mbah'S, the Deputy National Chairman, APC South. So they are launching it. Once they launch it, the process will now start. They're going to move from Owerri, Imo State to Enugu, the National Working Committee.
Right. Now, many people are asking this question. What kind of promises or incentives or what kind of statement was made to trigger such a defection? In the history of Enugu State, never has anybody seen a governor of a ruling party defect to the opposition. What could have triggered that move? Many people are asking the big question, and I'm sure it's written on my forehead now. Why?
Why? The big why is that we have been left behind. Think about it. Governor Peter Ndubisi is not doing it for himself. He's an astute leader. He is number one in the mark. Look at his numbers. Today, Enugu State have gone, the internally generated revenue, have gone from the bottom to the top five. They're not top five, beating most other states. Okay? Without oil, they're generating all these things. Without a few come before, they're generating it. So he is not just a bride, but a beautiful bride. So guess what we've been losing? Number one, let's start with ministerial appointment. Someone from somewhere else appoints our minister.
But that's not my question.
Okay. No, I'm answering your question. That's
Are
why.
you answering my question?
It is. I'm not pivoting. Just calm down and listen to me. You ask a question, you don't...
I am listening, but the question is why, not
and these are the why.
who.
These are the why. If you're not listening, if you're listening, you will see the why. And here's the why. If you have a minister who appoints a minister, who recommends a minister, we have 48 ministerial positions. Who do you think gave us the last minister? If you are a governor and you are not a member of ruling party, you will not be asked. Your contribution will not be elicited. You will not be part of those forming government. Very recently, for example, there was an opening in UNN for VC. The same strong man of the Southeast tried to put an Imo State indigene as your VC. He has his own state indigenous federal university. If you don't have a governor, but for the astute politics that our governor Peter Ndubisi played, we would have had a different VC today. Okay, that is why. The other why is you have openings in the board, in the federal board. Very recently, it was our turn. In case you don't know, the public you don't know, it was our turn to produce the federal commissioner for INEC. Guess what? It was taken. Ebonyi State produced it, so Enugu lost that because Enugu State didn't have a progressive governor on board.
So now my question is, and why I say you're not answering my question is, why? Who at what point would have said that you have to be a member of the ruling party for all of these considerations to be leveraged? Because right now, I mean, you're saying these are the benefits. So who communicated those benefits? Why are those benefits so striking in 2025?
Okay. The reason is, if you did not participate in putting the government at center, nobody will ask for your view. It is kind of a norm. A governor sends name of those that be appointed from their state. And where you don't have a governor, they will look for somebody who present themselves in your zone as the super governor taking care of your state.
Dr. Ben, I was going to ask you this question. Tomorrow, the defection is going to happen. I want to ask this question because you just stated the upper echelon, the big echelon, that they always ask the question if the governor of the state does not align with the center.
Yes.
So now, who will become the leader of the APC in the southeast? Hope Uzodinma is there. Dave Umah is there. Now, Governor Peter Mbah.
You know, this term leader is an unconstitutional word that is thrown out.
You remember he made a statement here stating that there is somebody who was engineering all this while that he didn't want to call his name.
Yes.
Right. So now,
you know him.
Now that Dr. Peter Mbah is defecting to APC, who is going to be the leader, the supposedly leader we are going to be seen as the APC leader in the southeast?
Listen. What I'm saying is, hold your breath. I can tell you now why we are excited about Governor Peter Mbah coming.
But that's not the question.
I'm coming. Just allow me to break through, okay? A prelude. When Governor Peter Mbah comes in, the whole world, the whole country will see what it's made up of. It will not be leadership by audio or leadership by flanking your muscle. You will see leadership by action.
But
and then, let me finish.
Let's see. Let Dr. Nwoye respond.
Everything you're talking
you're
about.
getting somewhere. You said you're getting somewhere. This is a prelude. So go ahead with your line of thoughts, Dr. Nwoye.
Thank you for risking me. Okay.
I'm not bombarding you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm enjoying it. So the point is, when you see this thing happening, the leadership will emerge. The true leadership will emerge. The audio leadership is what you have now. But in the true word of emergency, we in the Southeast were in the state of emergency. We've been neglected. We've been ignored through the history, a long history of neglect coming from the of course, I will call it historic grievances coming from the war. And so they've not seen, we've not shown what the Igbos are made up of. Dr. Peter Mbah represents what Igbos are made up of. In less than 2 years, so what is done. So we are at a level around the leader. We're not talking about that. We see leadership by action. We see leadership that speak by its own self. That is why today we're expecting about 20 governors. We're expecting the Senate President. We're expecting the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
But Dr. Ben,
they will see the leader.
Dr. Ben, Enugu State is progressive without the Progressive Party. Peter Mbah did all this without being APC, right? And you're calling out here plugging that plugging in the center, right, is important, by the way. But he did it without being the APC. Okay, let's take a cue right now. Go to Imo State. You know, APC has been ruling there for 8 years plus, or thereabout. Same thing in Ebonyi State, by the way. Ebonyi State is the poorest state in the southeast, and fourth in Nigeria.
I disagree with you.
And fourth in which state is the poorest?
Throw your number.
Which state is the poorest?
No, give us a number.
Which state is the poorest in the southeast? Right? We
give them a number based on what?
If you align the states in the southeast, Ebonyi State is the last, is the least. right? In Nigeria, it's the 4th. These are numbers and all that stuff.
Maybe you can correct us. What do you think are the figures? In fact, that's
no, it's not my job. You're a journalist. You're not my job.
Okay, because you say he's wrong,
he made a statement. He said, give us numbers.
I'm saying that you disagree with him. So what's your own take?
No, it's not. Because go to Mbah'S State. As of today, they are mining most of their minerals.
Who is mining?
They're Mbah'S people. They're Mbah'S state government. They're mining it.
So is it reflective of the indigents of Mbah'S? Because why these numbers rail out all the time that Mbah'S State is always the least in the southeast and the 4th in Nigeria. But what I'm asking this question is, Dr. Peter did all these things without being an APC. And because you're saying that
help you with
plug
information.
into the center.
I'll help you with information you don't have. What you don't have is a relationship that Dr. Peter Ndubuisi had built from the outside. It is that relationship that is tapping in from the renewed hope agenda and trickling it down. He's replicating what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing, and he's plugging it. They're getting more money. He's not just doing it. Your 260 smart green school he's building, he didn't plug it from the money he made from it. It's the money, they are receiving more money, about 5-6 times what they used to previously receive. The 260 type 2 healthcare center he's building, he's not doing it just from Enugu, dry wall of Enugu. He's plugging in from the renewable agenda, because you see the subsidy removal, because you see the increase in oil production, because you see the security getting better. He's plugging it in. So yes, Enugu is progressive or progressing. They are progressing because the national is progressive. There are a lot of hanging fruits that could be plugged. If Dr. Peter Ndubuisi, or when he truly get connected to the national.
Right, let me come in there now. I have to ask you this question, Dr. Nwoye, right? Is the All Progressives Congress trying to take credit for what the state's governor has done in just over 2 years in office while being a member of the PDP, seeing as the other states as well receive such allocations that you refer to? Are you saying that it's because of the money that's coming that Enugu State has been progressing? Are we seeing credit being taken perhaps a day too soon?
No, it's not taking any credit.
What are you trying to say?
What we are saying is that there's a connection. You have a smart president who has this idea, and that idea has been adopted.
How many smart schools are in Abuja?
just a minute. You're cutting me off. There are other ones. Somebody is administering Abuja, by the way. So we're not comparing somebody who is the Minister of Health. So that's a different thing.
Right.
It's not done by the president. What I'm saying is that not every governor has been able to do that. And so what we are saying is he's a beautiful bride. He understands what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu wants. And those things that is happening around the country, he had domiciled it. He pulled it down, and he has begun to touch the people he's supposed to touch in all the world. So we're not saying that the party, it's not about party. Party is just a vehicle where you get to become elected because that's constitutional. But the person, Dr. Peter Ndubuisi, it is not PDP or APC that did it. Just like the person, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, re-engineered and said that we should remove subsidy, and they started having more money.
You contradict yourself, Dr. Nwoye. I'm going to say that. I'm going to explain the two ways, right? Because the two ways I contradict yourself. First of all, you say the party is just a vessel, a vehicle by which a person enters office. But at the same time, you say that the party would basically dictate how much relevance that state would have. Let me make my point. From the federal level. Secondly, you say at the same time that because of the allocations the state has received due to the unique relationship between the state governor and the federal, that's why Enugu State has been progressing. But you also say that it's because the governor has that kind of mentality, that is why the state is moving, that he's using the resources as he should. So are you going to say that it's because of the federal that the state is progressing? And are you still going to say and confirm that a party is just a vehicle when it seems to be dictating who gets what?
No, I think you miss the point. Party is different from the individual. Party is party. Party is a label. We have the manifesto, and depending on who takes over. By the way, I want to put on record, it is not every state that is governed by a governor of APC extraction that is doing as well as Dr. Peter Ndubuisi. We must say that. So it's not like you have a party, and it is not a party that dictates I think you get that part wrong. What I'm saying is that when a party elects a president and other leadership, you cannot go there and ask them, let me give you lists of appointees from my state. It is those who, when I was a chairman, we didn't have a governor. During the time of Nwoye, I submitted names of people who got appointed. A letter is written to me, and the letter written to me, I said, submit X amount of names so they be appointed into board. The governor Nwoye was there. I will consult with the leaders and submit. So it is not a party, but it is a system put in place.
One of the major issues facing this defection, and if you take a walk on the streets, you would hear people say things like, things concerning the perception of the All Progressives Congress, not just in the states, but in the Southeast. Now, Igbos feel a certain type of way, and we must face reality and take the sunshades off. We'll see that. The Igbos have a certain perception around the All Progressives Congress, which is largely due to what they have described as years of marginalization. Now, the future of the All Progressives Congress in the states, and by implication the Southeast, how do you hope to change that perception, reposition that thought? Is it even possible?
You know, I see your point. You know, the Igbos, I must say, when I say the Igbos, that includes myself. We are sentimental people. And we sometimes also, we are people that are emotional and we get attached. Somehow, the PDP did a fantastic job for 16 years, during 16 years of their leadership, of convincing the Igbos that the PDP is an Igbo party. And they actually adopted it, that PDP is Igbo party. But guess what? When it was time to zone presidency to the Igbos, PDP denied them. That's why Peter Obi left and joined Labour Party. I would say because we're emotional people, we are still turned to PDP. Now, some of them are now going again to ADC, forgetting that those doing ADC are the same people who refuse to give the Igbos the chance to produce a president. They forgot that. And because of the emotion. But what we are going to do is, once this man joins in, we're going to evangelize. We're going to preach. We're going to explain to them. They don't have this thing they don't have the understanding of this. If they come to have full understanding, today, for the first time, in 10 years, for the first time, the South is the Igbos. They are not on the order of national protocol. We are found at number 6. Why? Because we didn't play good politics. Because they got themselves convinced that PDP is it. When other parts of the country are moving to the direction where they are supposed to recognize, South had overtaken us. Okay?
The future of Enugu State in the All Progressives Congress, just to play on words, what is the future of the state in the All Progressives Congress? What is the assurance?
It's going to be huge. Future is bright. Because from once tomorrow is here, comes in, that tomorrow is here, we will see not just appointment, but the recognition, not just Enugu State, a true leader, a true national leader will begin to unfold. Because before now, people were not looking at Enugu State. If you recall, just check it, go back to now, you will see that very recently, this year, the president of this country was here, and that was the first state he visited. Before that, the vice president was here. After that, his wife, the wife of Mr. President, First Lady, she was here. Then guess what? The next thing, on a competition, Enugu State won, despite being in PDP State. They won as cleanest state in Nigeria. So all these highlights is being done. And guess what? Again, this year, in less than 2 months, when what happened in Rivers State happened, and the lawyers took exception to it, guess where they turned attention to? They turned attention to Enugu State. In less than, about 2 or 3 months, they republished Presidential Hotel. They changed everything and hosted over 20,000 lawyers. The most critical profession on the face of the earth are lawyers. And they came in here without exception. They gave this man A+. And then it's captured in the word of Senator Dino Malai.
Okay, so we have 2 more questions because we're out of time. We have just 30 seconds on our clock, quite unfortunately. Now, should Nigerians be worried that the nation is turning to a one-party state? That's on one side. Secondly, you have the dissolved APC EXCO saying that they're going to continue to work. What message do you have for the excos, the former excos? Those two questions so we can wrap up.
You know, I'm pleading with Ugabala. Don't be a Saddam Hussein. When they were moving into Baghdad, he says that they will continue to fight. And eventually Saddam Hussein was picked from a hole. Come out from your hole, Ugabala, and join us. Let's unify. We're one family. There's no need fighting. We get nowhere. That's on that. On the one-party system, you know, it is a fallacy. In fact, they just without multiple parties. It's a competitive democracy. Okay, so if you're winning, we want everybody to join APC. It's not a one-party system. People have joined other parties. You see the ADC flourishing. You see SDP flourishing. PDP is there flourishing. Of course, Labour is there. So it is a fallacy. It's not a one-party system.
All right, Oji, final question.
Well, okay, 26 years, you know, it's been running through the veins and arteries of Enugu, you know, and the structure about to be broken down, and, you know, a new order is coming, right? How can you, or how can a Governor Peter Mbah'S sway votes come 2027 for a Bola Ahmed Tinubu regarding the mindset of Ndibo? They have the minds of their own, the way they are thinking, the way the structure is. How do you think it's possible to have this tweak?
It's just one word: performance. We are result-oriented. Performance.
You are aligning with Peter Mbah, not APC.
No, it's performance. APC is a platform. Performance. They will see changes. And when that change comes, they will have no choice but to join.
All right, Dr. Nwoye, thank you for making our time to be with us this morning. It was so good having you, and we'll see how this exercise takes place tomorrow. Thank you, Dr. Nwoye. Now, wow.